Damn.
Saying there was a, oh, I didn't know that stayed up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Man, this man always holding the shit that he don't need to hold.
Oh, you were holding it. That's why I was holding it.
I was leaning on it.
Well, yeah, check out these rotor forms. Sick.
Dog, I gotta get these for the Audi. I have to. Just gotta give them to you. Somebody.
The red one, right?
Yeah. The red one.
VR6 swap.
What's up? We are over here down in Y-Bore. We're coming to my man Trent. We gotta get a few things. We're gonna grab the block for the 2.1 stroker. We're gonna grab the block for that. We're gonna grab a tune revision where he has a friend that's gonna hook us up with the harness for the 2.5 swap for the Blue B6. And then pretty much we're just here to grab some parts and get a little bit of content for the channel. If you're interested in what he does, what we do and everything, this Beetle is a prime example. Right here we got a VR6 swap for anyone who's interested in the Beetles, a VR6 in the Beetle. He plans to turbo it, but we'll see.
With the Tony.
We're finna do some things, y'all. Stay tuned. So if I was to do a 2.0, what port would I have to block? I said oil and coolant ports are different.
Which 2.0 are you talking about?
2.0 the Beetle shit. The ABA.
Did it smell like doodle for a reason? I don't remember shit. I had one customer blow him up every week. Hey man, I'm
That
tired.
used to be me.
Man,
What else you got for me, man? Come on. Where the sales at?
I got a 6-piece swap for Mark 6.
Man, I don't drive no front wheel drive. Keep it quattro around here. Launch bills, y'all. Launch bills. Let's go.
Still launch front wheel drive.
I got a buddy always broke but won't come to work.
Oh shit, the AC compressor.
How that work?
That's Beetle.
That's a Beetle?
Yeah.
Back at
Yeah.
back at Launch Build's headquarters. Headquarters.
Headquarters. We finna have multiple soon. Y'all just gotta keep hitting that like and subscribe. Leave in the comments. You know, check your notifications because this motor is about to be something better than it was. We finna push this motor as hard and as far as we can within our budget. So let's do this. We're gonna break this down, take off all the unnecessary equipment, strip the whole motor down, and get it cleaned up and ready to send to a machine shop. He didn't even bring me back my battery either.
Beef.
Cause she hold it whenever I'm done with it. How we gonna break this right here? This nut.
Break.
What? This nut. Pause. Oh, you know what we can do?
What?
You can hold the oil pump. The chain, we can wedge the chain and that should give us. It's actually metal, which is good and it's bad. The metal is good, which means they replaced the pump, but metal is bad because if there is a metal failure, the blade could come off and could destroy the inside of this motor's water pump area. So, make your own calls on what you want to do, but yeah, just keep everything in mind when you are doing this build, that if this metal pump does by chance fail, I'm not saying it will, but you know, things happen. If it does fail, there's a chance it could destroy your water pump area and you're gonna need to do a block anyways. So I'm just gonna take the safe route because I have yet to have a plastic pump fail on me, especially since I always get them new when building a motor anyways. So we're gonna go with plastic, y'all. Alright, let me go grab a socket and crack that nut. I can't listen to no more, man. torque it.
Brother, whoa, now. You got too much dip on your chip.
You ready? Oh, that is not working.
Huh?
No.
What's happening?
I don't know, but it is not supposed to be spinning like that. We need an impact.
Yep.
We'll come back. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
We'll come back at you guys when we get an impact because that is not coming off. And hot.
You can see he's sweating like a fucking.
Sweating.
Sweating like
Hey,
a whore in
monetize,
church.
man. We monetize. We sweating like
a whore in church.
Alright, so the trick that I normally use to get off the 180 cranks is not working for this one, so I'm going to assume that it's been sitting on there for a while. So we're gonna end it here. I'm gonna take off the rear main seal, kind of get everything kind of ready to go. But we gotta get an impact done, so whenever one of the homies come through, Rally and or Corey, we're gonna zap that off and then we'll continue the video for you guys.
2 hours later.
Welcome back to Launch Build, guys. What's up, 1.8T owners, viewers, and or Subaru owners or viewers? We'll get to that at some point in the channel, but we already got a build going, as you guys know, for this B6 behind yonder. So this car it's not even my car. It's the wife's car, but I drive it mostly just because my car is down. So I figured she needs to have a little more power, and you know, if she gets tested by somebody, she's gonna kill him. So can we say kill him? Yeah. So I decided, you know what, to give her that power, I'm gonna go with the build that I was originally gonna do, which is a 2.0 stroker. However, I one-upped it, and I'm doing, actually I two-upped it. I not only am going 2.1 stroker, but I'm also doing this for a quarter of the cost, which is, again, stimulus price budget build. So today, I apologize, guys. The last video we showed you all the things that we had found on pricing, what was good for the build, what was in budget, what was also good of quality. This is now, what, 2 weeks later?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks later. We have some boxes here. I actually received most of these items a week ago. However, I was waiting on something to show up, which did not show up, which actually got refunded back to me. But we'll get back to that. But so yeah, so I'm doing her a 2.1 stroker for a quarter of the cost, $1,400 priced. So what we got over here, let's just get into it. This, man, this is the crank. The crank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Stab that bitch.
Yeah. Getting in there. This is actually a really tough box. Oh, there's two of them. Ah. Yeah. There's two of them. I'm like, man, this thing is thick. So this crank, for you guys who didn't watch the other video, I suggest you go watch the video so you know what I'm talking about, and we can get them views up, so we can get that that content going for you guys, so we can get our channel out there some more, and we can get some more fun builds going. So go ahead and check out the last video if you have not watched it. But for you guys who are up to date, this is the crank that we found on eBay for $200. And it was in a running vehicle, no issues. I think it had 80-something thousand miles on it. So good crank. So this is what this is. Yep. Woo.
Cardboard.
We're gonna use this. Let's set it on there. Actually, a lot cleaner than I thought. which is really good, which means they kept up with oil changes. And let me grab something to wipe this down. If we look, we have no scoring. It seems really smooth. I don't feel any indentations. So we're just going through.
A little something here.
Yeah, a little something over here. Which is alright because I was not planning to run stock bearings anyways. But honestly, these are really, really clean and not bad at all. You got some little tiny notches you can feel. But for overall crank, this is really, really good. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to take it in and of course get it machined. But again, machining is not in the pricing of the build because it varies from where you live, what shop. So that cannot be concluded. Wait, to conclude?
Included.
Included. So the crank is really good. So happy with my purchase. And again, it was only $200 as opposed to the $1,400 2.0 crank. So save some money here. And I get to go with a 2.1 instead of a 2.0. So with that, this crank, the crank wheel would need to be changed. So what we got here, the Bartek Tuning, which is a German company. You guys, any of you guys who order parts for the 1.8T, you've probably seen them pop up, or if you already know of their site. But Bartek Tuning is a German company who they literally, because they're German and the car was built there, and because they're a tuning company, they have every single thing you will ever need for anything 1.8T, 2.0, anything Volkswagen, Audi related. So they literally have everything. So I found the wheel there. The wheel cost me $100 actually. I couldn't get it from the other company, which was $70 something. This actually cost me $100 because no other company had them, but Bartek Tuning did. So if you need anything that you can't find elsewhere, I would actually start with Bartek Tuning because it's the original OEM company, man. So boom, that's gonna be the wheel. Gonna take this one off and place that one. Came with the bolts and screws as well. So boom, got that going. And then these are actually the rods. I think they're the rods. I'm pretty sure they're the rods. Because they showed up about 4 days after releasing the last video. So these were already here for a while, but again, we were waiting on everything to show up. But some things happened. Oh snap! Look at that, y'all. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. Go ahead. Put on that. Damn. So these rods are still within budget. These rods were $300, almost $400 because this is just my preference. I didn't want to go with no-name rods. No, what are they called? Scat rods or whatever the rods are. I didn't want to go with a no-name brand because again, this is the wife's car, so I wanted to get her some rods that I know and are within good budget. So again, these were almost $400. $100 for the crank wheel, $200 for the crank, and the pistons we'll get back to.
Oh.
But let's check out the rods.
Oh boy.
Whoa!
More goodies.
Man, this was worth it. Do you get this with scat rods? I don't
know.
know.
Think you do.
I don't know, but
you get them with an eagle.
You do. Look, you even got Eagle stickers, Real Street stickers. They got us the ARP blue.
See,
boom.
The stickers alone.
Yep,
it's worth it.
I actually like the stickers.
It makes it worth it.
These stickers actually pretty damn good. I'm not even gonna lie. And then we have the torque specifications for those who don't know how to do it. Boom, everything's in here. Now, just for those who are wondering what they look like, I'm gonna do this for y'all. We're gonna pull the rod out. So they're sealed in the bag, as you can see, good quality. You know what? Take one out. Eagle rods, boom. So rods are in and ready for action. However, if you're wondering, the pistons are not here.
Yep.
So we had an issue with the pistons. We're going to show you guys that. So the original pistons that are ordered were the Super Tech for $440, right? However, I would say about 3 days after ordering them, the company contacted me and said, hey, these pistons are on back order and won't be available for maybe 3 weeks. So we were like, whoa.
Come on, hell no, to the no.
Definitely not, because, you know, we want to get the build going. We want to keep you guys tuned in. We want to get the 1.8T crowd out there. We want to get some content out for you guys. We want to get to launching these cars. So I was going to spend out of budget to buy a set of JE pistons. So I canceled those 440 pistons from SuperTech and bought some JE pistons, and then literally waited a week and a half to 2 weeks, and was like, yo, I didn't get no confirmation. I didn't get anything about my pistons. So I called. Well, actually, I called. Yeah, they didn't answer. Got an email back the next day, said, hey, the company is no longer making these pistons. They are out of whatever. We're going to send you a refund. So now I'm like, man, I just wasted 2 weeks when I could have had the other pistons already in the process of being made. So I got the refund and ordered the SuperTech pistons, the original $440 ones. So now we're waiting on those to be made, and then they're going to come to us. So we probably have another two and a half to 3 weeks, guys. So
And we can't even send the block out
yeah,
until we get the pistons.
yeah, because the pistons have to go with the block. So what we're going to do in the meantime is we're pretty much just going to get everything gathered together, pieced together. That way, when everything does get here, we immediately, say it with me, immediately. We take this block, we take the pistons, and we take them to a shop to get matched, honed, balanced, everything needed to do to get this in order. So now we're adding. This build honestly was supposed to take about 2 weeks, if that. And now it's looking like it's going to take a month and a half to 2 months. Because after we receive the pistons from now, we have to take the block and pistons to the machine shop. Actually, and the crank too, to the machine shop, which is probably going to take another 2 to 3 weeks. So, in the meantime, we got content for you guys. We actually got the 2.5. We got that going along. However, I kind of want to hold off on the 2.5 because I want to get our subscribers up. If we can get our subscribers up, if you guys can spread the word and get our channel out there, the Volkswagen Audi crowd, whatever you want it to be, whatever motor you have, because we have 2 great motors from the Volkswagen Audi group. I want this to be kind of like a tribute to you guys for sticking with us through the beginning. So if we can hit, what's the reasonable number? I'm taking 1,000. We're gonna do some small videos here, but we're not really gonna.
500. 500.
500.
500.
All right.
That's reasonable. 1,000 shooting. You're shooting.
I mean, there's a lot of us out there, though, dog.
Yeah,
there's a lot of us out there.
Well, baby steps.
You're right.
Steps.
All right. So if we could do 500, guys, we'll focus more on doing the 2.5 swap. But again, I want us to get out there. I want this to be a reward for you guys sticking with us and being curious and seeing what a small channel like us can do. So if we can get our subscribers up, man, we'll give some much more needed love to this. But because this is more of like, it's actually a completed project, honestly. Because it's a completed project, I've been focused more on this. because this I already can get parts for, source it, and we can build and get you 1.8T guys involved.
Yeah, I would explain completed a little more.
Okay.
Because you know how people are.
Yeah, all right. So what I mean by completed is motor is mounted, trans is mounted. The motor is actually aligned. We had an issue previously that the motor was actually, what was it, cocked back?
Yeah,
or
it was like
it was some kind of weird twisted angle, which we never caught because we had the car. We were building the motor mounts while the car was up. So we fixed that issue. We got everything straightened out. We got the mounts straightened out. We actually got the material too. However, the only thing we really have to do is finish the wiring to the coils, and it should start right up. And you guys are gonna hear the purr of the beautiful 5-cylinder. But we got to get some wires for that. So I've been trying to get them and get everything settled out. However, we've just been a little more preoccupied with that because everyone who was supposed to work on this has literally been in and out of this build.
Yeah.
From oh my gosh, from fabricator to tuner to everything, man. Everyone who was supposed to be a part. The only one who came through, the man behind the camera. Come on, Josh. Josh and Bradley, the man behind the scenes. Bradley he took over some of the fabrication because my fabricator is, doing his own thing. So the build is still here. It's just I've been in and out of it because my team has been in and out of it. So, but this is pretty much done. Don't worry about that. We'll get it started for you guys and run it for you soon. But we wanted to take care of you guys who were like, I have a 1.8T. What can I do to make it fast? What can I spend money on to make it faster, cooler, whatever you want it to be, get flames, whatever it is. So we're doing this. Again, $1,400 stimulus build. So now that we got these out of the way, I know that this is not a part of the build, so I'm not going to include. I'm not going to include these into the build because I'm going to finish the 2.1 stroker first, and then I'm going to add these later after we get some numbers and comparisons and some track days. So after we get the 2.1 done and numbers logged and all this other stuff done to it so we can know what a 2.1 stroker would get you, we are going to be doing this. So for some of you who don't know, this is a Marlboro Hellcat. Fuel pump. Yes, this is an actual fuel pump from a Hellcat that I ordered from someone off eBay. So it is a genuine company. They do have a license to sell these. So I paid, I don't remember what I paid. Something, but it is a Hellcat fuel pump, which is good for 900 wheel horsepower on E85. This thing is super quiet. Super quiet. But the problem with this is, for anyone who doesn't know, because I had to figure this out, this fuel pump requires so much voltage and amperage that the stock 1.8T cannot provide. So you actually have to wire up a solenoid to the fuel pump.
Race car.
Yeah. To the fuel pump so that you can actually give it enough power, because I don't remember the numbers, but I think the 1.8 takes 12.7 or 13.7, somewhere in there, and this requires like 15 or something crazy. But the stock wiring will not even turn on the fuel pump at all. So you have to wire up a solenoid to actually get this fuel pump to go. But once you do, 900 easy, baby. This is 475 lph. That's, from what I was told, that's a lot. I mean, I don't know. I just buy big parts, right?
Yeah, usually 255 is enough.
Yeah, so 475, I like it. You know, headroom, right? So, and then also, I got these. These are 1000 cc injectors that we're also going to be throwing again after the build is already done and we get some basic numbers for it. These 1000 cc's will be going in as well with this fuel pump. And then I may upgrade the turbo depending on if this adds power or not. So this car will be a full-on build at some point, but right now we're going to take it in baby steps so that you guys can follow along and maybe do this to your build as well. But again, we're not focusing on these. These are going to be later on. I just want to give you guys an insight, you know, keep your eyes and ears open and keep you interested and keep you going. You know what I'm saying? Because usually when we do builds, we aim for this number, but after a while, we want more. We want more. We want more.
More power, baby.
So I'm just doing all of that in a nutshell, but I'm splitting it up so that you guys can follow along and maybe get some ideas and see if maybe a stroker is enough power for you, or maybe you want to do fuel pump and injectors as well. So we're going to take it step by step and go along with the build. So I appreciate you guys for sticking in, tuning in, watching us on Launch Builds. Again, we have the 2.5 coming, the 1.8T going to be a 2.1T. And then we have the EJ.
Yeah, maybe some.